De Facto Podcast is privileged to have been founded on Wadjuk Noongar land.
We pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land and express our sincere gratitude for their ongoing guidance as we work in their community.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of De Facto, where we discuss our 9 to 5 kind of relationships in another podcast that literally no one asked for. I'm Nicolette.
I'm Kate.
And we are very excited to be back to hear our own voices again.
Yeah, and you know what? It is good to catch up.
It is good.
We never get any opportunity to catch up.
No.
And actually, Nicolette was away this weekend, so we actually haven't caught up.
We actually haven't.
The whole weekend, I basically just sat on the end of my bed.
Yeah. And all our fans on Instagram would have seen the meme.
The meme.
Was posted.
I was just twiddling my thumbs,
Waiting.
constantly checking my phone.
Tumbleweeds going by.
It's such a sad
Was on.
weekend.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I did not see you this weekend, and I could not bring a +1 to the wedding, but I'll get into that in a minute.
We will get into that. But before we jump into it, obviously, always a huge thank you to our sponsors.
Always there.
Today, our sponsors are Barbecue Shapes. You can find these in the cracker section at Coles. Just kidding. Actually, please, someone sponsor us.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, we're 3 episodes in. We've got 81 followers on Instagram, and we're not inundated with sponsorships.
International listeners.
International listeners.
Mercedes could be getting huge shout outs.
Yeah, exactly. We could be driving them.
We could be driving G-Wagons.
We could be.
But no, we're not because they haven't sponsored us.
No. Well, soon. Yes.
Today's episode, this is what we're talking about, sleeping with your doppelganger. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it because we run out of time.
That is pretty much it, but it is a great chat.
It's a great chat.
You'll love it. It does go off topic maybe once or 10
we
times.
We digress a few
but
times.
Makes for good content. So as professional podcasters, that's what you do.
That's
you just run with it.
You run with it.
You run with
Comedians, podcasts, you just run with the content.
And we would know that. We would. As professional podcasters.
And I just want to say, before we begin the episode, take notes. Other podcasters out there, take notes on this sort of content we're giving you.
And the thing is, as well, just before we jump into that.
Before we jump into the jumping.
Before we jump into the jumping
before of the before.
When I was at this wedding on the weekend, which I'll dive into in a minute, people kept saying, is that Nicolette from De Facto?
They did.
They actually did. And I told the videographer, I said, if you want to get my face in that, I'm going to need to sign something.
At least, and also probably need some payment. Some form of payment.
I said, I know the bride's paying you, but I'm in it for free.
And don't go selling these photos to the tabloids.
And she'll be posting that on her socials and people will be recognising me and I'm getting a free business. So if she wants to sponsor the episode, we're in it.
Yeah,
we're for it. All right, let's get into it. So, Kate, how was your weekend?
Yeah. My weekend is the reason we started this podcast. There's just so much to get through that I'm not sure we're going to be able to get through all of it. But here we go.
All right.
My weekend started on Thursday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
We started early. No, I was still working during the week.
Knocking off? All right.
I moved planned some weekend activities for Thursday, starting Thursday night. So plan was to hook up with this guy. Mm-hmm. Hooked up with him once before, a younger guy, a young fella. I call him the young guy. He's only like 3 years younger, but I call him the young one. He's got lots of energy and life left in him. Anyway, so plan was he was going to come to my house, park. We were going to go have a drink somewhere and obviously come back and hook up. That was...
Did you park at your house? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting Ubers.
Everyone knows what that means.
Yeah, we're hooking up. Mm-hmm. That's really all I wanted, just to hook up. And then you might stay the night, but probably also you could leave in like real early in the morning kind of thing. So just actually going to ask you a question before I get into this, Nicolette.
All right.
What is the one thing I love most in this world?
Well, apart from me, I'd have to say your car, your Camry wagon.
Yes. For the listeners out there that don't know me personally, I drive a 98 Camry wagon. She's my pride and joy, and I would never give her up. Shaggin Wagon.
Got you through a lot.
She did get me through a lot. She's done a lot of trips. I'm actually going to talk about her quite a lot today.
Great.
And I think she deserves an episode.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Actually, maybe not after the behaviour she showed me this week. So Thursday date.
Yeah.
I don't even want to call it a date. That's too much.
Okay.
Drinks.
Hangout.
Pre-hangout drinks,
Yep.
hook up.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the gym beforehand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to leave the gym and my car's like not unlocking, like putting my key in and I'm twisting it and it's jammed.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, all right. And okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, no worries. What I'll do is I'll go to the boot because I can unlock the boot, climb through the front of the car.
Yeah.
Start the car, go home. right? Unlock the boot, climb through, turn the car on, alarm goes off. Very loud, very loud. I'm also embarrassed because there's the gym class is running past at this point and my alarm's going off and I can't turn it off. So I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, try that again. Alarm goes off.
All right.
So then my friend at the gym, he's a mechanic, so he comes out to help me. He can't unlock the door. We're like, right, okay, no qualms, qualmless. What we'll do, disable the alarm and then you can drive home.
What about when people are going to try and steal it now? You won't have alarm.
No, but we're going to put the alarm back together.
Right.
Yeah. And obviously she's got high security cameras.
She does. Yeah.
And because everyone wants to get their greasy little mitts
I was going to say.
on my cam
if
dog.
there was a Land Cruiser, a 2022 Land Cruiser and Kate's Camry, people would be queuing up for the Camry.
Honestly, the price of her's gone through the roof because of COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, no. One time we were buying shirts.
We were.
And the guy that was serving me says, oh, is that your Camry wagon outside? And I said, yep. And he's like, I've been trying to get one of those for ages.
10 grand. All right, son.
Me and Nicolette looked at each other. We're like, what the fuck?
I was like, pretty sure you could just pick one up for $1,000 down the road, mate. Just go for a little walk. I'm like,
best $1,200 I ever spent. Anyway, he pulls out the fuse for the alarm, like the horn.
Yep.
And I was like, wicked, get it home. I'll plug it back in, figure it out later. He shuts the bonnet. Somehow, and I'm not taking full blame, but I probably should, all the doors get shut, right?
Okay.
Doors get shut, doors lock instantly.
But you're inside.
I'm on the outside.
Oh.
But do you know what's on the inside?
Your keys.
In the ignition, car's running.
So what did you do?
So I'm just again, I'm just going to say this one more time.
So keys and car is on, doors are locked, and no one is inside the vehicle.
I'm on the outside.
All right.
I'm so firmly planted on the outside.
Right.
All of my stuff is on the inside except for my phone.
Oh, well, that's good.
And I was like, oh, fuck. So my friend from the gym drops me to my brother. My brother drives me home. At this point, the car is running at the gym. I've just left it.
All right.
And I think Luke said to me like, oh, aren't you worried someone's going to steal it? And I said, if I can't get into it, I don't think anyone else can.
I want to know their tips. They could.
So also my friend messaged me and she was like, is your car running at the gym?
Yeah.
And I said, yes. And she was like, I can smell it. I was like, ooh. I also called up the gym and let them know that I left my car running out the front.
Just leave it there.
Just in case anyone reported it. Luke brings me back. I've got my little toggle now because I don't have a spare key. Why would you?
No.
Don't need it. Got my toggle.
A spare key would cost you more than probably the worth of your car, so
yes,
not worth it.
Exactly. Press the toggle, not working. Go to the shops, replace the batteries, not working. Right? Call RAC. Oh, I actually called Dad up and said, do you think it's cheaper to break a window and replace it or call RAC?
I reckon a window.
I don't know. We went with RAC. Called RAC. I'm pretty fucked off at this point. On the phone to RAC, it hangs up. So I have to call back again and get on hold again. Call them. I said, this is a priority. My car is running and it's been running for 3 hours at this point.
Should have said there was a child in the car. That would have been there straight away. Oh, and now we got the kid out. Don't worry.
Got the kid out. My car is hot at this point. And I had to huddle by the bonnet because I was in my gym clothes and it was freezing. Anyway, I'm just standing there clicking the toggle over and over again. And then at some point,
It unlocks.
And
RAC is not there yet.
Nah, so I called him up, cancelled. Drove home. I'd already messaged this guy and was like, we're gonna have to replan this.
The mood's gone.
The moon is gone. But since then have lost the fuses to the horn. And I didn't realise how much I use my car horn until I didn't have one. But don't worry, I've ordered one to replace it.
Do you know it's actually illegal
Yes.
to toot your horn? Unless it's a warning situation.
Oh, what?
Like you can't just be like, beep, beep, see ya. Because in my L-plater driving test, it was one of the quizzes at the end to get your Ps. And it said, car horn is used for, and it was like entertainment, like saying goodbye to people, blah, blah. And it was like, tick all the things that you can use your car horn for. I was like, tick, 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 tick. And they said, no. And I got home, I was like, Mum, my God, did you know you can't use your horn unless it's like an emergency or safety? She was like, oh.
That's crazy.
So there you go.
Anyway, so I messaged him and I said, do you know what I would have rather have been doing tonight?
Having sex.
And he was like, ditto. And then, so my car cockblocked the fuck out of me.
Maybe that's a sign.
That's what my friend said. She was like, that must be a sign.
That is a sign. The Camry gods.
I don't know. Yeah.
The universe. coming your way. And I also want to say, I'm surprised, Kate, you couldn't get your car started yourself because Kate's actually quite the mechanic. And I have a little story for you that I think would really, the listeners would love this one. So
well, you don't have to.
When we were in Exmouth and Zach and I are up there and we're driving around and meeting up with Kate, we're doing this road trip together. She comes into Exmouth town. Smoke, the whole town like, oh, what is that? Like,
revs were high.
Everyone can smell the Camry.
High.
We're having coffee. I was like, oh, Kate must be here somewhere. I can smell it. Anyway, Kate goes in, Zach, I really need your help. I like, my car's fucked up. And we're about to leave for Broome or Carragini this day.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, fucking hell, what's coming on Kate's car? And she comes in, she goes, every time I accelerate.
Brake.
Every time I brake, my car tries to accelerate. And I can't figure it out. And Zach's like, all right. So
and I'm like, just really high revs, but I'm braking.
Can't figure it out. Zach goes to the car, opens the car door, turns on the car, goes, Kate.
No, he checked under the bonnet first.
Yeah, pops the bonnet, makes it all look fancy. And then he goes, oh, I fixed it. That'll cost you about $500. And Kate's like, oh my God. Okay, like what'd you do? Obviously, Zach's kidding. And then he goes, well, when your car foot mat is on the accelerator and the brake, when you push one down, the other one will go down as well because it's caught under the foot mat. So mechanic Kate over here was just, pressing both the accelerator and the brake at the same time while driving, and then was wondering why her car was so fucked up. So he fixed that and off we went to Carragini. So there you go.
Imagine if I fucking went to a mechanic.
They would have charged you like $500 for that too, and they would have just pretended to fiddle with stuff, fix the mat, and been on your way.
They would have taken the piss out of me for years.
They would have. I'd have been like, that Camry wagon.
It was so fucking embarrassing. I don't get embarrassed by much between me, Nick, and Zach, but that
was pretty up there.
It's so icky, isn't it? I'm like, ick for life for me. Secondhand embarrassment, died, gone to heaven, watched myself.
There you go. There you have it, mechanic Kate. Right. Well, it sounds like a good Thursday then.
Yeah, moving forward. So I've been hanging out with a guy recently. Excellent, lovely, wicked.
Hip,
cool. Hip to the jive. And anyway, we hooked up for the first time on the weekend, right? And it was like, okay, so it was on like Friday night. I stayed the night. I obviously had been holding in farts all fucking night. All night, obviously.
Yeah. First few dates, yeah. Actually, months.
And we hung out all Saturday as well. So Saturday night, I've got residual gas,
Kate's floating away. She's that full of gas.
I've got residual gas. Go back to his Saturday night. I've got to hold it in again, even though we had the conversation where he was like, it's all good. You can use my toilet.
They say that.
But I was like, this is not, not there yet. Not there yet. Anyway, so we hooked up Saturday morning. Didn't use a condom.
Ooh.
Just, he came. I came.
That's good.
However, just after coming, because I had some residual gas, I did a tiny little fart. Okay?
Okay.
Didn't smell. However, when the fart came out.
What are you going to say? It wasn't just a fart, was it?
No, hold on. When the fart came out, because it was quite wet. So I quickly grabbed my noose with my hands. I double cupped my noose. And then I said, I farted, you got to get out. Leave. You got to get out. And honestly, for like, a millisecond, my life flashed before my eyes. And I honestly thought I had sharted.
Oh my God.
On his white sheets. And I didn't know what to do. So I laid there and I was like, get out. And then I laid there.
Asked him to leave though.
And then I was like, what do I do? And then I slowly stood up, moved over. I didn't shark.
Oh, okay,
it was just cum. That was wet.
I don't know what's worse.
The relief. So anyway, what would you have done if you had shart the bed with someone you'd slept with twice?
I would pack my bags and move to Peru. Fuck off out of there.
But pre-packing your bags, you're in bed. What are we doing? What do we do?
Legging it out there.
Do you wrap the sheets up and say, I've got my period? Or
yeah, actually, that's a good one.
My friend told me that. And I thought, fuck, that's smart.
That is smart because they're not going to be like, oh my God, leave it. Like, they'll just be like, okay, chuck it in the wash. Whatever.
But Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if in the moment I would have been that smart. I think I would have had to been like,
I shut the
I
bed.
shat the bed.
And if roles were reversed, you would have got icked out for sure.
Icked out.
You got icked out when that guy crapped in the toilet next to you. So
Oh, he did the,
Yeah.
it was so loud, like unnecessarily loud. And we'd like hooked up like a couple of times, man.
yeah, okay.
That icked me the fuck
Maybe
out.
that's why he was already confident. So who knows?
What do you mean he was confident?
Like if you already hooked up a few times, you felt comfortable going to the toilet.
Oh no, we weren't there yet.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hell. Not for that sort of shitty
All right, well,
behaviour.
interesting.
Anyway, yeah, so that was my weekend.
Well, that sounds like very riveting.
Ups and downs.
I, on the other hand, was celebrating love.
True love.
At a wedding.
Nice for some.
Beautiful wedding. It was nice to see two people make their beautiful sensual relationship a mere formality. Ding! But no, big shout out, Maddie. Beautiful, most amazing wedding. Amazing, beautiful, amazing bride. Groom. We all cried, laughed, danced. It was great. Can't wait to see the photos, videos. We pretty much just cried all night, really. But it was funny at one point. We were like told that where the bus was going to pick us up from, and we were like, okay, cool. Bus is leaving between 3:40 and 3:50. We're all there, and I don't think anyone actually checked where the bus was leaving from. But like we were all there, so everyone just assumed that was the spot.
Yeah.
Then it got to like
It's like that communal, you're here. Yeah, it's got to be the right
and
spot.
there was all these people in wedding attire, and I was like, surely these guys are going to the wedding. Could have been any wedding. Just waiting there.
Woo, on the bus.
And we're like, okay, got to like 3:50. I was like, oh, weird, like bus isn't here yet. Gets to 4 o'clock. We're all stressing out. Ceremony starts at 4:30.
No.
But at least the bus is organised, so it was okay. Then anyway, the bridal car goes past. And everyone was like, uh-oh, there's the bride. And I actually don't even know if she was in the car, but it goes past and we were like, oh, shit. Anyway, 10 minutes later, the bus trucked up. We got there in time. It was all okay. But no, I do have a thing to say. Wedding etiquette.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
Probably don't fuck the videographer.
Now, interesting. Do you know anyone that's actually fucked the wedding videographer?
I really wish I did.
Yeah. Shame. It's actually a shame you don't.
To be fair, though, the bride set it up for me pre-wedding. She gave the video. She had a meeting with the videographer. She was like, where are you at? She sussed him out. He was like recently single. She was like, excellent, great. I'm going to give you my bridesmaid, Kate. I'm going to give you her number. You can just text her on the day to sort things out.
Well, shout out to that bride for really putting someone else first.
She did.
It's not just her day anymore.
It wasn't her day.
She's out there thinking about you, organising it.
All the other bridesmaids, it was like, have you spoken? And then first of all, he rocked up smoking hot.
Oh,
smoking.
Love your work.
Oos.
So was there, imagine if she gets her videographer video back. Cut to Kate in the bedroom. Whoa. Hang on. Just Kate's naked ass on the screen.
Actually, I did notice there was a lot of footage of me in the wedding.
Literally, the guy in Love Actually, when he only films the chick, that's the videographer. It's just the bridesmaid. Hello.
But don't sleep with the videographer because I did, and then at breakfast the next day it was the talk of the town.
It would have been. Forget about the bride.
Yeah.
Kate thought, actually, this day's not enough about mood.
How do I make it about me?
How can I bring the attention back around and it land on me again? Fuck the videographer. That's how you do it. Yep. Beautiful.
Thank you. Get it done.
No, but this wedding, beautiful. We had a bouquet throw. And I just want to...
Did you catch it?
No. Well, the thing is, because I'm already an engaged woman.
Oh, you weren't included.
I actually went in it anyway because why not ruin someone else's chance?
I'm happy you can't be.
And I was thinking I was going to cast everyone's memory back to 3 years ago at Nicole's wedding. We're all there ready to catch the bouquet. Many a champagne steep. Mm-hmm. Many a champagne deep. Standing there. Anyway, Nicole throws the bouquet. Everyone scrambles. Big shout out to her younger sister for catching it. Get out of here. What was she, 19 at the time? Babe, wait your turn.
No.
Anyway,
no.
Comes in the crowd. Everyone's like, warming up to it, warming up. We all jump. Anyway, younger sister catches her. Couple of people trip behind me and I'm standing there. I don't know that they've tripped.
Yeah.
I kind of stumbled backwards. Anyway, V, I think, leans down. My friend leans down, goes to grab something. I, not seeing V bending down, steps back. And then you know when someone stands behind your knees and you step back and you just straight over.
So it just looked like a bunch of desperate women tumbling over the bouquet.
No, but not. It was just me, Kate. Just me tumbling over the bouquet. And I kid you not, me standing straight, Planked it straight on the ground.
What?
Full lands on my ass, gets up, keeps going because I rallied. You know, I ain't no quitter.
You were wearing a white dress too.
I was wearing a white dress.
As a bridesmaid. It was a bridesmaid.
It was a bridesmaid. Just
you,
so you know.
Did you get any grass stains?
No, it was on the hard dance floor, so it was even better. And the worst part is I actually don't remember the fall one. Well, who's that lonely loser falling catching the bouquet? It was me. Desperado. Embarrassing.
No. Weddings. The video you showed me of someone tripping.
Nah, too funny. When she falls, there's like a circle on the dance floor.
This kills me.
What was it? Like Bohemian? No, is it Bohemian Rhapsody?
Mamma mia, let me go, let me go.
Thank you for the vocal. Anyway, she's in the middle, prancing around the circle, like full on. Like this girl's going to
dance circle. She's in the middle.
Dance circle. She's killing it. She's killing it.
Vibes.
Slips. This is the same dance floor that I fell on. So I'm just going to say maybe the dance floor was slippery.
Is this the same wedding?
This is the same wedding.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
Many are drunk people at the wedding.
Sign of a good wedding.
Slips. Falls down flat. Actually, it's good she did because she definitely took the attention off my fall. Falls flat. And then everyone's like, ooh, on the dance floor. And it's like, na, 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 the song. And it goes, it goes,
Mamma mia.
She will not let you go.
Yeah.
Na, na, na. And when that goes, she pops back up and starts leaping around the dance floor again. So there's a whole 10 seconds. Everyone's like, is this girl dead? And no one runs in because no one wants to ruin it. And then she just pops up. Honestly, majestic.
I've seen that video and it's killer.
It's too funny. Great weekend. All over. Amazing time.
Excellent. I'm so happy for you. Wish I was there. As a little hot topic, remember a couple of weeks ago when I was like, new thing. Mm-hmm. From now on, what we're saying to dudes that we meet is we're going to pose a question back to them and then make them question their whole reality.
Yeah.
Do you remember I said that?
So make them contemplate whether you've insulted them or complimented them.
But it's not a clear insult. Mm-hmm. But it's just like they were just gonna
not sure.
They're not sure. And the thing is, it's going to be so much that they're going to be left thinking about it for the rest of their lives. Mm-hmm. For example,
hit me.
This is cruel, but I'm here for it. Just your typical one. You look like you can't swim.
Yeah, that hurts.
It hurts so much.
Yeah.
As a swimmer, as an athlete.
As a Rottnest Channel Swim twice crosser, I would say that is quite offensive. It's quite offensive. What about, do you work at a petting zoo? Kate and I have this real thing about petting zoo guys.
We saw a petting zoo guy once and ever since then we've been obsessed.
We've been fixated on petting zoos, petting zoo people. And we say, do you think if someone brings something up, I'm like, ooh, but is it as bad as a petting zoo worker? Just something about it.
No, but it's like a young guy working at a petting zoo. The family petting zoo.
The family petting zoo. And I love a petting zoo, don't get me wrong. But there's just something about it kind of like, I can't think.
I'm putting it in the same category as people that work for a family circus and people that work in a family traveling carnival people family. They're in that group. And also that's closely linked if we're thinking of what is that diagram with the two circles and they overlap?
A Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram. Mm-hmm. One circle, you've got those people. Other circle, horse girls, horse guys.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
And in the middle, disaster.
You don't want.
They procreate, and
then you get petting zoo people.
Oh yes,
carny guys, horse girls, petting zoo kids. Yes.
Fuck.
Wow, that's where it is.
And absolutely no offense.
No, I don't want anyone to take that to heart at all. That we're definitely that's
just comic gold. It's just comic gold. As comedians, that's what we're meant to do. Exactly. Yes, new title, comedians.
This podcast brought to you by comedians in their off time. You know it is.
Do you work at a petting zoo? I've also started like when people start like talking about things like a guy's really interested. This is guys that I don't really like that much, by the way. So if you haven't heard these things, I might like you.
You might.
They start talking about something, for example, like cars or something like that, and then you just reply back, in this economy? And you just leave them
questioning it.
Yeah. Or maybe they tell you they've purchased something new. So even something really small. In this economy?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then they're just like, they think that you know heaps about the economy. They think you're smarter than them. They feel like about this big, tiny little man.
That's what you want to do. Gently bully people.
Yeah. You look like you love horses.
Yeah.
Again, ties in with the Venn diagram. Bring it back to the Venn diagram.
You know, Kate, for a vegan, you're awfully hating on people who work with animals. for a person who's gone vegan, not once.
Okay.
Not twice, but thrice.
Thrice. I have gone vegan thrice. Which brings us segue.
Segue, good segue.
Thank you. Close that circle a little bit, but you'll eventually hear the segue. What's the name of the episode this week, Nick?
This one is called Siblings or Dating, and it is one of my many favourite Kate stories because I was there to witness it all. So, Kate, would you like to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it from here. Hey, this one was about a week-long relationship. Not quite de facto, more of like a 7-day de facto.
Okay, like a little holiday romance.
Yes, it was a holiday romance.
It was.
Right. I after my big 6 shifts at the Coral Bay pub, again, big shout out. Big shout out.
Huge. Massive.
To my friends at the Coral Bay pub. I decided I was going to go camp at Bluff in the wagon. It's a bit of a forward drive track, but wagon.
She got there.
She goes anyway, let the tyres down and just hydroplane that shit. She'll be right.
Those all-terrains.
All-terrains.
Get in there.
There was a few moments when I was driving out there where I was just sending it a bit hard and I really had to stop and have a stern chat with myself.
And the car.
And the car. Barbie was a bit excited. We were all pumped. We were pumped. Also, I have a really good setup for anyone that's listening. The Shaggin Wagon, fairy lights, curtains in the back, mattress.
Room enough for one.
Only enough room. Actually, yes. Great story, Nicolette. So, driving out to Bluff. Oh, there's so many stories. Pre-driving out to Red Bluff, which is where I was going, I went there and it had been raining. And it had been rain. Okay, let's start again. Here we go.
So you went out.
So I was driving out to Red Bluff. However, it had been raining and so my ex-boyfriend lived in the town nearby, right? And so I said, a bit nervous to drive the wags out there. And he was going out there. So I was like, can I just follow you out there just in case something happens? And he was with his sister and his sister's fiance. We go to jump on the road. Road's closed, right? We get turned back because there's someone from the Shire there. So there's 2 cars. We all get turned back, right? And it's like a bit of a drive back to the town.
Yeah.
So the decision was made that we would all camp together.
That's nice. That is nice.
We'd all camp together just down the road.
Just like old times, you know?
And it was fucking the most awkward thing of my entire life. Me, my ex-boyfriend, his sister, fiance, his best friend was there as well.
Why not throw it in? Was his mum there?
Yeah, may as well have been a family holiday.
Bring him in.
But anyway, it was all right. I just sort of did my own thing. We just chatted, yarned. I jumped into the wags to go to bed, right? And I didn't lock my car. Whoops, mistake number 1. He knocks on the door and I was like, yeah. And then he opens the door and pops his head in and has a real good look at the wags. I was like,
jealous.
Get your filthy eyes off her, you pervert. And he says to me, wow, this has got a really good amount of space in here. Way better than my swag.
Shooting his shot. Indeed.
And I said, only enough room for one. Shut the door, locked it.
Big enough for one. See ya.
Bye. Anyway, fucking 5 a.m. the next morning, I was out. I packed up and I left straight away.
Get out of there.
Anyway, so I'm at Bluff. I've been camping there a few weeks with my brother.
It was good to get away after the 6 shifts. So
I was stressed.
After the week of work, you really needed some time off.
I needed to calm
you
down,
time.
some me time.
Yeah.
It was hard, man. 6 shifts. It's a lot.
It would have been rough out there.
Making beers, pouring points,
shaking the Maggies,
which I'm very good at. Anyway, and I digress. So one of the days we were out at this break called Turtles. First of all, I had paddled out to take photos of my brother in the surf. Somehow ended up at the top of the pack, dropped my camera in the water, swam down, grabbed my camera, got dragged across the reef, snapped my board that I never surfed once. So that was real nice.
That is fun.
As a big surfer, sponsored
Rip Curl, Rusty.
Vans. It's off the wall.
other surf brands. I won't name them all.
Could be here for days.
You'll be here for days.
I just sat, after that happened, I just sat taking photos of the guys surfing because I actually really enjoy it. And I might take it up as a career down the line because I thought, good way to meet people.
Great way to meet people.
So took some photos. I noticed this guy who was like pretty good looking, blonde, long hair. I'm a sucker for a long haired Yahoo.
Yeah.
Mahalo, you fucking surfers, you goddamn nerds.
Great quote.
Took some photos of him. Actually, I don't think I did, but I saw him afterwards, like packing up his car, putting his surfboards away, and I was like, oos,
Shoot
oos,
shot.
oos, oos, oos. But we left.
Oh.
We went to a different spot because there was like one shop where they sell like ice and Coke.
Which sort of Coke?
No. Zero.
Oh, okay. My second favourite. No.
I'm more of a sugar girl.
Just more sugar. Frozen.
My second favourite type of Coke.
Exactly.
And he was sitting there, right? And I was with my brother and brother's girlfriend at the time, and I was like, oh, here we go. Fuck it. I've been single and therefore celibate for 3 months.
For 3 months? That's a long time.
I'm kidding. Probably a week or something. I don't know.
Still a long time.
Hours.
Since the Coral Bay pub.
No, I didn't sleep with anyone up there.
Or 6 long shifts.
6 long shifts. I was too busy working.
Too busy. Worked it up full time. Full time. No time for fun. All work, no play.
Absolutely, like a mullet. Wait, no, it's not. Serious in the front, party in the back. Now I like myself.
Business in the front, party at the back.
That's how I live my life.
Wonderful.
He was sitting there. I went up to him and I was like, hey, man, saw you out in the surf. Got some sick photos of you.
Yeah, nice.
He goes, oh, really? I'm a photographer. What sort of camera do you use?
Yeah.
And so I'd really like instantly played that I knew what I was talking about. And at that moment, I fucking regretted it. And I had to be like, it's a Canon 60D, mate.
Yeah.
And then he asked me further questions. I'm like, take the hint. I've got no idea.
Mate, he just wanted power move.
Power move.
For sure.
Oh, that's fucking it. That was a power move. So quick chat. And then he was like, he goes, we're having a chat. And then he said he was vegan. So obviously.
Kate's favourite line.
I'm also vegan.
She is also a vegan.
Big shout out.
Twice.
To the
Twice
vegan.
for a man. She's become
I
vegan.
hadn't become vegan just yet, but I lied.
Because
I wasn't sure it wasn't going to go anywhere. So I thought I'll just set it up now. And that's an easy turnaround.
And I think the good way to start a relationship is with a lie.
We know that.
So
it's proven.
Start the relationship straight away with a lie and you can't go wrong.
Healthy communication.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, went back to where we were camping, half an hour down the road. Next day, he pulls up in his car right outside where we were camping and he's watching the surf. I mosey on over. I just
Kate jogs down. Grab my camera. Go.
quickly strap it around. And I'm like, hey, man. Like, walk up to his practically on the door. Hey, man.
Just cool surfer chick.
Just hanging out. At this point, I haven't showered in about 4 weeks. Hairy. So
that is because there's no showers at this campsite, not just because Kate's a nice.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. However, it is a lovely place to do a poo. Cannot disagree with me.
No, that is the best place for a poo.
Absolutely. The beautiful views of the surf.
Ocean views.
World-class stepping spot, and you can just stare at it on the toot.
Yeah.
A lot of flies, though, so I'm concerned about them being on the poo and then on your face.
Poo flies.
Poo flies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway. So you go up, you say, hey,
Yeah.
in your cool...
Yeah. He's camping at the other spot.
Nonchalant.
Have a little nonchalant kind of way. We had a little yarn. Then he leaves, I think, and then my brother leaves the next day. So I'm like, I'm just going to hang here for a week or so. Just there's no reception here. Just chill out. And I thought maybe I'll go to the other campsite, secretly hoping he'd still be there. Go there. I chat with a woman. She's like, actually, literally just had someone cancel. Can get you in for a week on this spot.
There you go.
Take it. Sold.
Sold to the beautiful lady with the blonde hair.
And the Camry wagon.
The camera and the broken surfboard. And the cannon.
And a big schnoz. Anyway, so I pull up and start unpacking the car. He just happens to mosey on over.
You? Oh, what? We're both here? That's crazy. What?
Yes.
Cannot believe it.
He helps me set up. Not much to set up, just a quick little awning, and I'm very good at doing that.
Yeah,
we know
you
that.
are,
I'm a girl that can set an awning up with practically one finger.
Many talents.
We hooked up that night under the stars.
Beautiful.
So romantic. And then he tells me that he was with his family at the time. He was my age or a bit younger, just so it wasn't a youth.
No 19-year-old.
No 19-year-old.
I was 19.
It's been done before.
It has.
It's been done.
We're over that.
Say less.
Say less. Done.
And then he tells me him and his brother are staying for like another 3 or 4 days and they're on the campsite directly behind me. We're practically on adjoining campsites. And do you know what I reckon? I reckon the woman at that caravan park set us up. It wasn't a caravan park, actually, just so we're clear. Don't do caravan parks.
Or maybe, Kate, maybe she thought you were him and thought, oh, this guy's back again for another campsite.
We'll return to that point in a minute. Thank you, Nick. Anyway, so once he says this, the next day I'm quickly throwing out all the non-vegan food in my esky. I'm like, fuck this.
The mayo's gone. The egg's out.
Cheese gone. Don't need it.
Butter.
See you
the
later.
toast will be dry, but it will be vegan.
I'll be vegan. I did keep a little bit of sneaky chocolate, and every now and then when he was in the surf, I'd sneak back and shove it in my mouth. Anyway, we had a beautiful week together. He even extended his stay and stayed with me for a few extra days. We would just go into the surf every day. I accidentally also did one time, again, a lot of situations that seem to cross over in these stories today. I also accidentally locked his keys in the car on that trip.
Why not?
And we were in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
You can't even get ROC out there.
No, you couldn't. He stayed very calm, actually. So anyway, after a week, he left. He also did give me the ick one night. Real ick. We were at a Flack Friends dinner and then someone made some magic brownies and instead of just having your normal serving size of one, seeing how you go, returning back to it, he just had so many. And he didn't really do like drugs. So then as we were leaving a dinner, he was throwing up. He greened out, he was throwing up. And then he sat on the esky for ages and I was like, am I meant to look after you? Like I barely even know you, man.
That's not very cool surfer dude of him.
Nah, it wasn't very cool surfer dude. And it just gave me the ick because I was like, oh, now I have to look after you.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed. I just met you.
Yeah.
You know?
I would have just, see ya.
He also asked to see the photos I took of him.
And did you have any?
Didn't have any. Oh, you're not in here? You're not in here?
My other camera. Got heaps.
Then he leaves. I think the sex is actually pretty good too. The Camry just every night.
The Camry's rocking.
Don't come a knocking.
Don't come a knocking.
Then he leaves and he goes to the next stop, which I'm coincidentally going to the next stop in, what was it, like a week actually we were going to go.
Yeah.
But he's leaving that day, I'm leaving that day, but I'm going back to the original spot I was camping. However, I was meeting Nicolette and Zach in the local town, which is a couple of hours away, and we're going to drive back together. So we get there and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with this guy Josh. We've been hooking up for a week. You guys can meet him. And then he's effing off up to Exmouth. Then we're going back to Red Bluff, right? Nicolette, what were your first thoughts of him?
When I drove into the town?
Yes, and you saw me standing there with somebody else.
I nearly mistook. What's the word?
Yeah, you said that right.
Mistook?
Yeah.
Yeah. I nearly hugged him because I thought it was Kate in the easiest way possible, because some would say, and by some I mean literally every single person who saw them together, that they look like identical twins. So, you know what? It's good that Kate, found him just the most beautiful human she's ever seen.
I thought, damn, he's hot.
Damn, that boy is just
Fine.
Wow.
Absolutely fine.
Amazing.
Yeah, so both blonde hair above the shoulder, blonde fringes, probably the same height.
Same height. Zach was like, oh, Kate's brother's here. And I said, no, that's not her brother. But you know what? Each to their own.
Yeah. It's pretty embarrassing. Yeah. We actually recreated a photo because we sometimes get stuck on this and we have a big laugh about it. About 8 months later, we recreated a photo of him. I can't show you because
we can't really put it up. But you know what? Picture this. They looked exactly the same.
We looked exactly the same. Honestly, identical twins. However, just slightly different because male, female. Yeah.
So that's nice.
The plot thickens, I would say. The story doesn't end there. So he goes to Exmouth, my twin. Bye.
See ya.
Siblings are dating.
Separated.
Neither. And I was like, pretty into him, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we go to Bluff and we hear that more rain is coming, right? And we're like, well, we got to leave. Otherwise you get stuck here because the road's closed, whole thing.
Yeah.
Before he left, he said we could come and camp where he was staying because he had heaps of space.
He did.
Heaps of space. So I trek on up this rock face to get reception and message him and say, oi, rain's coming. We're leaving early. Can we camp with you? Mm-hmm. Then I think he replied and he was saying yes, but we knew he was meaning no.
You could vibe.
The tone of the text.
The tone of the text showed it all.
My anxiety through the roof. I thought, we're going to the same place. What's happened? How has he changed? It's been, by that point, it was actually only like 2 nights.
Yeah.
Because weather changed.
And you thought, has he met somebody else?
I thought, has he met someone else? So we get ready. We're going to the pub. We pull up to Exmouth Camp and I'm like, we're going to the goddamn pub because he's going to be there and I want to see him and I want to look hot. Mm-hmm. First shower in probably 5 weeks now. Big shave. I walked out. I was like, who am I?
Beautiful.
Fresh face. I was
stunning.
Also tan as well at that point.
A natural tan.
A natural tan. Very tan hands and feet. Mm. Remember? I had my hands.
I do remember that.
My hands were like brown.
Because also the red dirt mixed with the tan.
Well, okay, so I thought maybe I just had really tan hands and feet was because I was wearing jeans a lot of the time. Jeans However, once I took a shower, I realised it was all dirt. It
was actually just red dirt.
Yeah. So I went to the pub. There he is. And he's with a girl. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know, we had a great week. I've fallen in love with my twin. Not actually my twin.
Separated at birth.
Together. No incest
no
here,
incest,
please. Anyway, he comes up to me and he was like, yeah, like I wanted to tell you, but like, you know, I just got out of a long-term relationship, Kate. So I'm just like hooking up with people. Da-da-da-da-da. I was like, yeah, man, it's cool.
And did you go, sorry, who are you?
Oh, was it Jason? Was it Jason? That's not his real name, by the way. That's a joke. If you knew his name, you would know it was a joke. His name is Josh. Anyway, I play it cool. I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. But like next time, just fucking tell me, eh? Like communication's key.
We're all adults.
We're adults here, right?
And we're not crazy.
We're not crazy. A few drinks later,
crazy.
I've gone crazy. I've gone real crazy.
Some would say crazy.
I saw the girl he was with hooking up with another guy behind his back, and I'm on the text message. Karma really gets ya, buddy.
Again, cool surfer vibes that Kate was going for here. Real chill, actually didn't care at all. Wasn't even I would say you didn't even recognise him. That's how unfazed you were.
It was about 5 messages and the worst one was the really long Karma really gets ya.
Gets you, doesn't it?
So, I'm so embarrassed. I just really did not play it cool.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
I went home with a different Josh that night.
No, so
2 Joshes one night. Sue me.
Joke's on him then.
He obviously didn't respond to the text messages.
That's a shocker.
A few days later, I thought I'll send out an olive branch and I'll follow him on Instagram. Obviously, no, he didn't accept it or follow me back.
Well, do you blame the guy?
But the good thing about small towns, though, Nicolette, is if you do something embarrassing with someone, you're never going to see them again.
No, you're not. That's the thing. You're not going to see them every time you go to the pub, bar, cafe, beach,
surf,
snorkeling spot.
Full driving.
And the thing is, you don't have a recognisable car either, so he wouldn't have even known who you were. Another Camry wagon, see heaps of those. Don't worry about it.
Literally everywhere we went, every fucking place we went, he was there. It turned into a game, didn't it? Oh, Spotto Josh.
It did.
We had Spotto Josh going on.
And you know what was nice? The fact that when he did see you in town, he said hello. He didn't just run away and ignore you either. So that was nice.
One time I was walking into the shops and because I was camping with his brother and his brother's girlfriend for a bit. His brother was like, oh my God, Kate. Hi. Like, oh my God, nice to see you. Josh is there. Brother stops giving me a hug. Josh, head down, keeps walking.
Pretend he doesn't know who you are. That's nice.
I was like, oh, fuck.
You know what? Also, this guy gave me the biggest ick, though.
What?
Was when he introduced himself.
Yes.
And he goes, we're like, oh, hey, mate. How you going when we bumped into them? First time. Oh, where are you from? And instead of saying, picture this, we're outside of Perth.
We're outside.
We're 12 hours up north, away from Perth.
If you're outside of Perth, where you're from, you say you're from Perth. If you're outside the country, you would say WA.
Yeah.
We're not.
And you know what this guy does? Where are you from?
Cottesloe. Of course.
Ugh.
No.
What an ick. No.
Nah.
Just say you're from Perth, bro. If you're in Perth and someone says, whereabouts do you live? That's when you say your suburb.
Yeah.
North, south, whatever you want to say. Not Cottesloe.
Nah.
Like as if some random in Exmouth's going to fucking know what Cottesloe is.
Nah. This,
Ick.
he also had a tattoo of a postcode that he lived at for like 6 weeks.
Oh.
Bro.
Nah.
No.
Ew.
Be better. Like,
That's a shit tattoo though.
it was a shit tattoo. But yeah, just back to the thing that we ran into him. It was even one day we were at a cafe, me, Nicolette, Zach, because we always hang out, and my other friend Peter. He is literally, I'm on the end of a table. He's at the other end of a table and we're facing each other. And there is no one between us. And both of us looked every other way but at each other.
No. Don't want to look. Sorry.
Every now and then he pops up in my TikTok too.
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like,
good.
oh, is that me? Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, follow that stud.
I don't remember doing that. Yeah, so that's that.
That's that.
Okay, but tattoos, Nick.
What's the shittest tattoo you've ever seen?
Okay.
Apart from the postcode.
Apart from the postcode. This one's pretty bad. It said livin' with an apostrophe, no G, livin' the dream across his chest.
Ooh.
Accompanied with a Southern Cross tattoo
Oh.
and the Perth Swan in the Southern Cross tattoo.
Not the swan. The other two,
The
bearable.
Perth Swan.
No. The swan.
And
kills it.
he took me on a date once. He picked me up with no shirt from my parents' house.
Oh.
And it is still to this day a running joke. If someone asks how their day is, someone in my family will go,
Living the dream.
just living the dream.
And your family's not one to dwell on jokes
don't
and keep
dwell on
bringing them
things.
up. No.
We get new content. We get new content. We move through it.
But you know what our friend Sam says? Big shout out to Sam from Newcastle.
Yes.
She says that every tattoo has a hidden dick in it.
She does.
She does.
She has a tree of dicks.
She does. And she won't, she'll be all right with us saying this.
Yeah,
She's
she
got
won't mind. It's a great
tree-
tattoo.
Great tattoo. And then she says, yeah, but look at all the hidden dicks in it. And when she pointed them out, I was like, wow. That is a lot of hidden dicks. And she reckons every tattoo. So go home, friends, find your tattoos, find your friends' tattoos and find the hidden dicks.
Send it to us on Instagram.
We do get a lot of messages.
We
though,
get-
so
we might miss it.
We probably might miss it. We've got so many to reply to. Sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming. Our producer, Lainey, she's can't keep up.
It's a full-time job.
Make sure you caption the message with dick tattoos so it doesn't get lost in all the content that we get sent. So just keep it out there.
Yeah. All right. So that is all the time we have for today. Again, follow us, like us, interact with us, message us your dick tattoos, de facto. Also, that's on TikTok, de facto. Instagram is day_facto because someone took our name.
How rude.
Fucking rude. If you have anything that maybe you want to share some personal stories, I did have someone say she's got something to share in the podcast.
I do love the good share.
Yes. Hit us up.
See you next time.
Over and out.